Welcome to the SpeedStudio podcast, where art accelerates business, design drives performance, and we explore the culture of speed with athletes, business leaders, and creatives who define it. Welcome to the SpeedStudio podcast, episode
124.
124. I feel like for some reason these episodes are going slower nowadays. Like it felt like we got up to 120 really fast from 100, and now it's like, wait, we're only on 124?
Huh. I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know.
2026 is going slow.
That's kind of good. I kind of want 2026 to go slow, as long as it's not like really terrible, but...
If it's great, go slow. If it's terrible, go fast.
Yeah, pretty much.
It is Monday, a holiday, Martin Luther King Jr. Day in Atlanta, which is even more of a holiday. We are in the studio, working anyway.
Yeah.
It's freezing cold.
It's freezing.
You had something you wanted to share with the listeners. You've been thinking about this all weekend.
Yeah. Because
it was a pretty traumatic story to tell that's related to last week's podcast.
Yes. Yeah, it's true. So went trail running. You know, I'm having to run a long trail run every Saturday or Sunday, depending on the weather.
Having to.
Well, to prepare for the UTMB, which I'm not going to be prepared for. I have zero expectations for myself other than to just finish it.
We're going for fun.
Yeah.
It's your birthday, and it'll be beautiful.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, so I've been going up to Kennesaw, and over the weekend, I met up with my friend Chris. He's like, oh, I'll do the 15 miles with you. Whatever. It was a fun time. Did different loops. And there was one part where I tripped and fell, did like a barrel roll.
But
hop back up on my feet.
But you were wearing gloves.
I was wearing gloves.
Just like we talked about.
Wearing gloves, just like we talked about. And so I wasn't...
But mainly because it was cold, not for protection.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And so anyways, I got back up, wasn't hurt at all. My pinky was kind of like in pain. And I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. So I like took my glove off. There was like a cut on my pinky, but it's not a big deal. Put my glove back on and keep going. Get back to the car. I look down and I realize my stone out of my wedding ring, my diamond out of my wedding ring, engagement ring is missing.
Yep.
I just like froze because I was like, oh my gosh, like it was like a surreal.
What did that feel like right then, that moment?
I just was like, what? I didn't know what I was looking at. I was like, this is like, have you ever seen?
This is impossible?
Have you ever seen a ring without the actual stone in it? It like looks weird because it's just the prongs. Yeah. So you're kind of like, wait, what is this?
No, I have not, but yeah, I can imagine.
And so I was kind of like freaking out a little bit. Wasn't like in full panic mode for some reason, but I was panicking, and I call you, you're out on the bike, and I'm like, I lost my engagement stone, blah, 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 somewhere on the trails. I don't know what happened. It had to have been when I fell. Very, very long story short, I go back to where, and Chad will attest to, I have pretty good directional skills and pretty good memory when it comes to like navigation.
Extremely.
If I'm trying, like especially if I'm on my own, because Chris doesn't know Kennesaw as well as I do. And so...
Well, that's what I said. And by the way, I was staying on the side of the road dealing with this, and you were pretty upset. And I just said, just go back. You can find where you fell. Yeah. And at least look.
Yeah. So I go back, except it was from where I was parked, it was like the furthest point. So I was like, okay, there's another parking lot closer. Hiked back up, and there's basically a like half-mile connector trail that people don't really take. It's really only if you don't feel like going all the way over the top of Kennesaw Mountain, because you start the climb and then there's a mid connector trail that takes you back to the lower level trails. Yeah. And so we took the mid connector trail because it was kind of wet out. We didn't want to run on the granite. And I'm walking back and forth. I'm going so slow, like walking so slowly. The only thing is I'm like, maybe because people don't really go on this trail, like it's been undisturbed. And I keep walking, and I'm like, man, I'm about to give up. And I don't want to give up. So I'm Googling, like, is there like an app where I can like point it at something and it like shows if something that, you know, isn't part of like the natural habitat, like something that would stand out, like a metal or a, you know, diamond or I don't know.
True millennial behavior right there. Is there an app or something I can
Well, it's either that diamond, or go try to find like I was going to say a metal detector, but even that wouldn't really work.
No.
And so I was just like in desperate mode. So the only thing I come to the conclusion of is if I can't find it, I'm going to stay up here because I have my flashlight and my headlamp, and I'm going to wait till the sun goes down, and then I'm going to walk this short part of the trail back and forth to see if I can get some light reflecting off the diamond, hoping that then I can see it, which seemed like a good idea to me. I don't know if it'd really work or not, but it seemed like it would.
Yeah, maybe.
So I was determined. So then I sit down on this rock, and we had just gone to one of our good friends, his funeral, which we talked about. We talked about it, and it was
the day before Friday was.
It was a long funeral with a lot of stories, a lot of emotion. It was very powerful, and I just sat down on the rock, and I'm like, please, God, universe. And I'm not a religious person. I was like, Kirk, please help me find this ring if you're listening, because I was like, Kirk's like a helper, like that's what he does.
He
so
would
I'm
have
like,
loved
please.
to have helped. He would love to have helped.
Like praying to Kirk. Like I'm sure this is breaking all kind of like Christian laws, like praying to a person. But anyways, so I'm sitting there and I'm just like, oh God, this is hopeless. But I have this strong sense of like, just get up and just turn back around and walk down the trail a little bit further. So I get up after praying to the universe, God, and Kirk, and I literally walk a few more steps. I look down and I cannot believe my eyes. Sitting amongst the leaves is this shiny object. And I was just like, there's no way this is my diamond. I was like, This is something else. This is, and it was flipped over. So I couldn't really see that it was like a diamond because the pointy part that was like sticking up. So there wasn't light necessarily like reflecting off the top part of it or like going through it because it was in the leaves. I pick it up and I literally just drop to my knees and I'm like, thank God. And like, it's insured. So, but.
Well, and that's what I told her people. I was like, it's insured.
You were like, don't stress.
It's not a big deal. We can get a new one.
But it is a big deal because it has sentimental value for obvious reasons. Yeah. And I just felt like, I was like, if I can't find this ring, our marriage is doomed.
Wow, I'm glad you found it.
Yeah, like I was like, I guess I got to get like draft up the divorce papers. I don't know. Like this is like a sign from
I didn't
the
know
universe.
that was the stakes.
So you can thank Kirk.
Otherwise, I would have been driving out there.
You can thank Kirk Corsello for saving our marriage.
Yeah, well, thanks, Kirk.
On this
Appreciate
day.
That.
But it was very emotional, and I was so scared because I never run with my rings. I never work out with my rings on. Mainly because I have these terrible thoughts of like if I crash or fall and my finger swells up, them having to like cut my ring off or like cut my finger off.
Yeah, you've always been really good about that.
And we had worn it out the night before.
Yeah.
Because we did something, I can't remember what it was. And I was like, can you run inside and grab my rings? And you did. And so I just forgot to take them off.
It was actually to Kirk's funeral.
Oh, it was. It was to Kirk's funeral. And so I just forgot to take them off. When I got to Kennesaw Park, I never leave my rings in the car for obvious reasons as well. So I was like, okay, it's fine. I have gloves on. Like, I'll just wear a ring. But I have a nice gash, a nice circular diamond-sized gash in my bottom of my pinky. That's quite painful now. Just as a little reminder not to do that again.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
And you said, well, I've got a story for the podcast.
Yeah. And Chris was like, you need to go play the lottery. And I'm like, whoa. Let's not get greedy, okay? Because another thing about me is I don't even know if this is superstitious, but I feel like you only have like 9 lives when it comes to luck in this world.
Okay.
And I feel like I've already used a couple like good ones.
Yeah.
And I don't want to use, to me, like, I don't want to use luck for money. I only want to use luck for something meaningful. And so I felt like if I went to go play the lottery, it would possibly use up one of my luck.
Use up another really important luck.
Yes.
Opportunity.
Like, what if I get lost in the woods in Mexico? I'm going to need luck to help me.
You need that one. It's not worth it.
I could get kidnapped by a cartel.
It's not worth it.
I need to be able to escape.
$100 million in the lottery. You need this for life and death situations.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm like a cat with 9 lives, and I'm not going to waste one of those luck lives on something that I don't really care about much about.
Yeah. All right.
So
well, I'm glad it worked out.
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
It was a fun text whenever you sent me just the picture of it in your hand.
I was just like, oh my God.
Unbelievable.
The rest of the day, I still couldn't believe it. I was just like calling all my friends. You will not believe what happened.
It's pretty crazy.
So yeah, it was quite the eventful weekend. That was Saturday. Then Sunday, we mostly did art and stuff around the house. You did part of Tucker, and then you went on while I was doing a walkabout on the trails, you were doing a 90-mile walkabout solo out in east of Atlanta, southeast.
Unplanned, yes.
Unplanned.
Yeah, I just, I went to do Tucker, and it was a small group, and I don't know, just from Kirk's funeral and just thinking about everything, and I was like, I'm just going to do a big ride by myself, and so I did.
Yeah.
A big unplanned loop, which actually I connected a lot of different routes that we've done. It was actually a great route.
And do you listen to anything when you're riding?
Zero. Nothing.
So weird. I mean, I didn't either when I was riding more.
What was it, 5 hours? I think it was 5 hours.
I just get so bored riding because I can't listen to anything.
To me, it's more of the challenge of trying to navigate and connect and look at the map on my Wahoo Element and thinking about the roads and whether or not this road connects to that road. Ended up on a few dirt roads, actually. So that's, I think, the thing that I'm watching. And then, obviously, my radar.
Yeah.
No music, no headphones.
Very boring.
Just raw dogging.
Raw dogging the ride.
Raw dogging the ride. Raw dogging a solo ride.
You do that on flights, too.
I do.
You just sit there and you stare forward like a zombie.
Before it was even called something. Yeah, before it was even called something.
And you just
It's
stare.
what's thinking? I'm thinking.
What are you thinking about?
Usually work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the time that offers the most clarity. We want to talk about dry January. Do you know anyone that's claiming to do dry January?
Not really.
Yeah,
other than just like
phenomenon.
the normal sober people who haven't been drinking for years.
But it's not dry January. I think it's a new interesting thing. Like we haven't talked to one person that's saying they're doing dry January.
I think people are so over the forced, feeling like they're forced to be in some sort of trend, and maybe we just don't.
This was one of our predictions.
But maybe this. No, I think I said less people would do dry January.
Well, no, I'm saying one of our predictions was less performative sober.
Oh, yeah, less performative, just things in general. I think because people are getting called out.
Yeah.
So, people are constantly getting called out for being performative now. And so I think it makes people less likely to be performative. And, but maybe it's just the crowd we run with. I don't know.
Well, I'm glad I don't have to hear about dry January because I live in jealous January.
Yeah.
And we know why jealous January. We know why. We talk about this every January.
Yeah, tell the pod people about what jealous January is.
Jealous January comes around if you are a cyclist when you see the Tour Down Under start mid-January and you see all of these activations and all of these, it's hot. It's middle of summer there. You can't even ride here.
See all the Aussies having fun, all the Aussies, laughing, and then smiling, and
Peta Mullins posting pictures, and they're at the beach, and then they're riding. And I saw Dylan was on a YouTube, doing a group ride, and it was 100 degrees and beautiful. And you just get in this damn, I wish I was there.
And I say over and over, it is possible to be there.
Jealous January kicks in hard with the Tour Down Under.
I've had multiple people reach out and ask why we didn't go to Miami this year.
Yeah.
Quite a few people.
That's also a jealous January.
Yeah. Well, that's the easier jealous January of let's just pop down.
Yeah, but it's just the Tour Down Under. Something about it just seems like so much fun.
It's because Australians are fun.
Well, PETA says the ones that come to America are fun. But
it seems like everything she posts, they're all having fun.
That is true. You know what we should do? We should just call her to check in.
I agree.
She's she's commentating.
Do you think she'll
for the Tour Down Under?
We're she's in Tuesday right now, so we're Monday.
It's Monday. It's late Monday for us. Monday night here, which means it's midday Tuesday. So she's in the future.
So we're going back to the future. This is exciting.
All right, let's call her and see if she answers.
All right, let's just see if she answers. Let's see if she answers.
G'day, mate.
Peta Mullins, what are you doing?
Just chilling. I just got back from a coffee catch up with some girlfriends and doing Dylan Johnson's washing because we've got half a day off at the Tour Down Under this morning. The men's race kicks off tonight with a prologue. So, yeah, half a day off mid-tour has been nice.
That's exciting. Yeah, so you're in Adelaide?
I am in Adelaide for the first of the World Tour races of the season.
My first question for you, I've got several on this. By the way, we're calling you because we call, a lot of people say it's dry January. We call it jealous January.
As Nikki has a sip of alcohol.
Yeah, exactly. we call it jealous January because of the Tour Down Under content that gets pushed in our face while it's freezing cold. And we can't even ride outside. So this is like an annual thing we talk about how jealous we are.
I mean, we can ride outside. Michael rode outside today.
Yeah, I guess you can.
You just don't want to ride outside.
Yeah, it's like 0 degrees Celsius here. It's cold.
It's I mean, I'm nearly converted to Fahrenheit. I've seen 20-degree mornings in Brevard, where I'm normally based, not far from you guys. Yeah. And here, like we hit 100 degrees every day this weekend.
Yeah.
Stunning.
Well, that's what's jealous January for us, and what a better opportunity to get the lowdown on what's actually happening at the Tour Down Under, because we always talk about it. We always say we want to go.
Another thing that we did not know until we set up this call is that the time zones are in 30-minute increments. Some are in 45-minute increments. How late or early do you show up to? Like, I wouldn't be able to keep up with the time zones in Australia.
Yeah, it's funny actually because when I'm in Victoria, we're on Australian Eastern Standard Time, and then everything I schedule while I'm in Victoria, I think it's at a certain time of day, and then I come to Adelaide and it's half an hour later, luckily. So
Yeah.
half an hour later is good because then
Yeah.
normally you're just early.
And so our American listeners understand, like a normal country, every other country in the world, the time zones go by the hour, except South Australia, the one state, right? South Australia.
South Australia, one state runs half an hour behind Melbourne.
Half an hour.
Perth is 3 hours, and then Queensland is the same time zone as us for half the year, because they don't do daylight savings.
Wow.
So how
Yeah.
much do y'all hate people from South Australia for trying to be different?
No, it's not too bad. I mean, we don't spend a lot of time here. It's pretty much this 2 week period. But I'm used to time zone changes. I feel like the, screensaver on my phone is just like 5 different time zones around the world.
That's true.
That is true. Well, we've never talked to someone from the future before either. What's happening tomorrow?
It's actually funny you say that because Dylan did a podcast with the Bonk Bros on the 1st of January, but it wasn't the 1st of January yet.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, what's it like in 2025, living here in 2026?
It is so weird though when you think about it.
It is a really weird
Like
thing.
it's a weird concept that we can be like half day apart. It's just I don't know.
Yeah, well, New Zealand's ahead of us again. So they're a couple of hours ahead of us. And Cam Jones actually completed the Rafa Festive 500. It's the first person in the world to do it because he woke up on the first day of the Festive 500, rode 500 kilometers in one day. And no one else could beat him to it because he's a New Zealander.
Wow.
So
Is he sponsored by Rafa? He has to be to do that.
he is now. Yeah.
Okay.
He's a
That-
Rafa
I was gonna
boy.
say, it feels like that's unnecessary unless you're sponsored by them.
Yeah.
So, next question for you. I've gone 26 years. This is the 26th year of Tour Down Under, right? 26 years thinking that it actually was the Tour of Australia, and I learned this year that it's just in Adelaide.
It is the Tour of Adelaide. It's actually, if you ask any of the riders or the staff in the World Tour Peloton, this is their favorite race of the year because they get to stay in the one hotel for well, some teams are here for nearly 3 weeks, but for their entirety of time in Adelaide, the one hotel, most of the stages they can ride to and from, really short commutes, and yeah, it's a pretty luxurious tour.
Yeah, that is nice. Well, I don't know why I never caught on to that before, but I guess it's just the name. I assumed that you rode all over Australia.
Do the World Tour teams have to kind of like put the guys more on lockdown though? Like the crazy guys, because I feel like there'd be more temptation to
I don't know if there are crazy guys in the World Tour.
There's been guys in the World Tour that like go out and do a bunch of cocaine all night and get arrested.
The old days, yeah, Tom Boonen,
Like-
that's true.
Like,
Yeah,
do they have
I do
to-
feel like this race used to be like the party tour.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I figured.
And then sort of in the last 10 years, people have had to start taking it really seriously. And half of that is really, I think, to do with the professionalization of the sport. Young riders wanting to come out here and they've essentially raised the level of the racing because they need to get the results to, get a contract the following year. And then also just UCI World Tour points.
Yeah.
Like points are so valuable. To be able to pick up points in summer is really important for the teams now to make sure they don't get relegated in that UCI system they've got now.
Yeah, so it's serious business. And it seems like it's bigger for the women this year. Like there's a lot more World Tour teams. Am I just delusional about that, or does it seem like it is bigger?
Yeah, so this is the first year that they've actually been really sneaky about it. So the World Tour have changed the stipulations around women attending events. Traditionally, you only had to attend a World Tour event in its third year as a mandatory event. Now they're saying that World Tour teams, of which there are 14, must attend every single World Tour race of the season bar one. They can opt out of one, but you can only opt out of one per season, and you cannot opt out of the same race 2 years in a row. Now, we've been really tricky here in Australia because we have the Santos Women's Tour Down Under and then the Cadel Evans Great Ocean Road Race the following week.
Yeah.
So effectively, if you opt out of the Tour Down Under, you still have to fly to Australia and race Cadel Evans Great Ocean Road Race.
Ah, yeah.
So for a team to opt out of one of the races doesn't make any sense financially or in terms of the athlete's travel time. So yeah, I feel like we're pretty safe territory floating here that we'll forever have every single women's world tour team opting into this event.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Strategy.
It's cool.
Next question. Actually, so what, I've got a lot of questions.
Yeah, Chad,
so
a lot of questions.
The one thing that's always caught our attention is like all the like activations and like cool stuff that's happening. What is that reality there? Does it feel like a lot of cool stuff's happening for this?
Oh yeah. Like every night there's 5 or 6 things on. Adelaide's a really small city. It's not like Atlanta.
Yeah.
It's quite tiny. And the actual city centre is probably only 20 blocks by 20 blocks. And what the brands do is they all create a pop-up. 2 brands will partner together. Say like I just came back from having coffee at the Map Specialized pop-up.
Yeah.
So Map as a clothing brand and Specialized as a bike brand get together. They create a pop-up and then they have a lot of activations around that. So like it's kind of like in regional Victoria where on every corner there's a pub. During the Tour Down Under, on every corner of a block, there's an activation.
That's cool.
And the riders are obviously so accessible here. They're not traveling 3 hours to the next stage. So after the stages and for the women between their racing, they get to come along to the pop-ups. There's a lot of Q&As, a lot of podcasts, a lot of rides. All of the riding is within distance for even the local punter. Stages start 10 kilometers away, 20 kilometers away. So you can ride up and spectate all day. And yeah, the brands really jump on that activation, which is important for us because we only get to do it once a year.
Did you say local punter?
Yeah, punter. It's like a Fred.
Local punter.
A punter in America is a much different thing. It's the guy that kicks the ball.
Oh, I was like, is there some other?
No, that's it. That's really cool. I mean, that's what we've always seen with activations, and like that's where like, oh, it looks so cool.
Yeah, it looks like Chad. It's on our list for next year. Chad is like, we're going to or I guess.
Yes, come over.
Yeah. So another question I have for you. Well, let's start talking about the bike. Actually, yeah, let's start talking about the bike racing a little bit. So I listened to the podcast you're on, the Domestiques.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's only like a tiny, beany bit of race information in those podcasts.
Well, you said something that was curious to me. You said the women in the peloton were on their hands and knees.
Yeah.
Can you tell our listeners what that means?
Well,
because it means something different here.
It's got a few facets. It just means essentially they're exhausted. They've been riding hard in the heat all day and they're suffering and they've collapsed from being completely upright to their hands and knees. But yeah, in bike terminology, it just means they're tired.
Okay. Like one of those cartoons where like someone's tired.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
I mean, honestly, I've been interviewing some of the riders on the start line, and every time we come up with a line, I know what it means, but we have so many international riders here now. It means other things, but even Alyssa, I think I interviewed her one day and she's like, yeah, I've just got the dog in me.
Yeah.
So just Aussie slang coming out on the start line every day. Guy Raylini was on the news the other day saying, bloody ripper, mate. It's a bloody ripper day.
That's awesome.
I love that the internationals adopt that slang a little bit.
Yeah, it's fun.
I'm sure this is probably out there, but there needs to be an Australian slang dictionary.
Oh, there would be so many.
When you go to Australia, like you have your little slang dictionary.
Yeah, that's true.
So that you know what's going on.
Otherwise, you don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Or like with the Apple translation thing, can you click Australia to English and it just starts translating the slang?
Yeah.
Maybe
the earphones that you tested, Nikki.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't work.
Yeah.
One day.
You guys would actually love my job because in Adelaide, we're surrounded by wineries.
Yeah.
And they've introduced a new segment this year to promote some of the local businesses. So every day, Dave McKenzie, my co-commentator, and I have been taste testing the local wines from the local vineyards.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's a hard job, but I think you guys have got it in
I
you.
think I'd be
A
good
little
at
bit of
that.
wine
Yeah.
tasting.
Like
We
not bike racing, but definitely wine tasting.
Yeah.
we'd be really good at that. Yeah. So what are you doing? So is that part of the telecast? Like, and you have like a little snippet of the telecast where you do that, and you're doing some other stuff too, right?
There's so much happening here. So Channel 7 are the broadcast partners. They're like a free to air television in Australia. So they bring the pictures and the graphics and the event commentary to the world.
Yeah.
And that beams out to the world. And then myself, Dave McKenzie, and I, we are the event on ground commentary team. So we'll be at the start line, revving up the crowd, interviewing all the riders, and then we go straight to the finish line and do the same there. So pretty much speak about the races that's happening. A lot of the circuit finishes here. They'll do some laps and we'll get to see the riders come through a few times. So we're pretty much to cater to the fans on the road. And then they'll have a live broadcast team who beam those images out to the rest of the world.
Very
I've
cool.
done that before as well, actually,
Yeah.
but it was boring. You go into hair and makeup at 5 a.m.
Right.
You go and you sit in a truck all day.
Yep.
You can't hear anything. You've just got your earphones on, talking to two people who are commentating the race with you. You don't see a rider. You don't see a fan. You don't hear the crowd. And I very much prefer the atmosphere of being at the finish lines and being involved sort of in the community side of the event.
It's way more fun, and you get to talk to the
Oh,
athletes
yeah.
too. You know.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And
Makes me
like
feel like I'm still in the peloton.
that's what I say. You feel like you're actually in the race and kind of just part
Yeah.
of that family still.
Any part of you wishes you were racing?
Dave and I had this discussion yesterday because he's won stages of the Giro d'Italia. Like he's a handy bike rider in his own right back in his day. And we said for a few years when we sort of stepped into the role of commentary, yes, because you sort of felt like maybe physically you were still capable. But now we don't have any FOMO, no fear of missing out. I've actually been sick the last 10 days. I haven't ridden in 10 days now. I'm going stir crazy.
Wow, that's
Wow.
probably the longest you haven't ridden in a long time.
But you
Yeah,
got
it's
you
like
got
a
your
third
bike.
off season.
Yeah.
You've got your bike though with you.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
rode to coffee, I rode to the laundromat, I rode to dinner, but yeah, nothing further than that really.
Okay.
How is Dylan acclimating to the Australian lifestyle?
Yeah, he's been good. He actually, when he flew into Sydney, took him to a wedding on Sydney Harbour on New Year's, took him down to Lorne to ride along the Great Ocean Road. We've seen bushfires, we've seen flooding, and now he's just been chilling every day at the Hilton here. He's actually just gone out for a bike ride. We're racing RADL GRVL in a couple of days' time, so he's been prepping for that.
Oh,
I
nice.
saw that. Yeah.
We are so
Yeah.
jealous of all of the weddings that you go to because they actually look fun. Whereas most of the time in Georgia, if you get invited to a wedding, it's either a dry wedding because they're super religious, or
Oh,
B,
yeah.
it's just really, really boring. So
No,
every time
this
we
wedding
see your
was
videos,
good.
I'm like, why did
Yeah.
like I
They look
want
like
to be
fun.
Australian? I want to dance all night.
Yeah, crazy because they're all actually bike riders' weddings, and you think they'd be kind of like a little bit hit and miss, but no, they have gluten-free, dairy-free, nut-free, vegetarian, vegan, and then a hell of a lot of grog.
Yeah.
What's
Grog being alcohol.
I was like,
Yeah,
what's grog?
sorry.
Grog.
I was like, maybe that's a
Grog.
really special drink. So it's all
Yeah.
encompassing to all alcohol.
GROG, grog.
Huh.
All
Okay,
right.
start
We'll
seeing-
use
Yeah.
that.
Add
Is
that to the Aussie slang book.
Exactly, exactly.
is Dylan ready to give up Brevard for down under?
You know, I actually was curious of like where he would find the riding the best.
Yeah.
And we've been down in Lawn Forest, some amazing places so far. Sydney, maybe not so crash hot, but we spent a couple of days in Bendigo and he went on a gravel ride there. And he's like, I actually think this is like my favorite riding.
Wow.
Came across to Adelaide. I took him out. I sent him on a route out in the hills, and he said that was kind of close to, or as similar as you can get to Brevard.
Yeah.
But no, I think Brevard's probably that's going to be hard to top for him. And for myself, actually, I've ridden many, many places, and I still put Brevard at the top of my list.
Yeah.
So Bendigo was better than 129 to him?
Yeah, apparently, yeah.
I
No, 129 would be similar to Sydney, actually. If I had to compare the two, yeah.
saw that he did a ride with the Nero guys or guy.
Hanging out with Chris Miller
yeah,
from
Chris
the Nero
Miller.
show.
Yeah, and I skipped around and tried to watch it, but was just them riding a group ride.
Well, essentially, by the end, they rode with us for an hour, and then it was just the two of them all day.
Oh
It's like a
yeah,
double date. Yeah.
just smashing each other into
Each
oblivion.
other. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fun. So what about the racing? The women yesterday for you, I guess. This whole 3-on-1 debacle. What give us the rundown of your interpretation of what happened there.
Yeah, so I just feel so to give
Our
a little
listeners.
bit of perspective for people who weren't watching. Yeah,
Yeah.
Team UAE ADQ had two riders go up the road with Sarah Van Dam from Jumbo Visma on the second last corkscrew climb, and the three of them rode together down the descent, and then UAE one-twoed her until they forced a separation. Uh, when they hit the climb, Dominika Vladacic from UAE Team ADQ had 20 seconds, and then the peloton were all together. Amazingly, two of her Team UAE teammates rode across to her with last year's defending champion Naomi Rueg. And when they
From EF,
caught,
she's on EF.
Okay.
she's
Yep.
on EF Education
Yep.
only. Yeah, so we've got one girl in pink and three girls from Team UAE ADQ.
Hmm.
And I think they just got a little bit greedy over the top of the climb. They waited for Dominica to, get back on the wheel when she'd been off the front for 40 kilometers. She was essentially going to be useless to them.
Yep.
What they really needed to do was to drive that pace over the top of that climb. 1-2 Naomi in the last part of that climb, because it's really all downhill to the finish from there. It's really hard to create separation to someone who's a really good climber and a really good sprinter when you don't have a lot of free road. You're already going at a maximum speed. And then essentially she's recovering the whole way down the hill.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they made the mistake in not creating the separation earlier because they needed to get 10 seconds on her to win the GC anyway.
Oh.
But yeah, she was just too handy. And then when they were coming into the last 200 meters, it's like they were communicating in sign language rather than actual words to try and work out how they were going to do the sprint. But Naomi Rueg was just way too strong.
So the EF rider won. She beat three girls from the other team, from the UAE team.
Yeah.
It
So to go 2, 3, 4 makes it a really, really rough team meeting.
brutal.
Yeah.
Bus ride back to the hotel.
Yeah. And it's kind of sad because I do think that there wasn't a way even if they created separation on the climb, I believe Rueg would have caught them and won the stage anyway. I don't actually think there's a way they could have beaten her, but they still messed up their only chance.
Well, and Michael and I were watching it. We watched it twice, like the last few K, just because we're like, what happened here? Because it's like,
when did y'all watch it?
when you were at your class.
Oh.
And then it's very similar to Nielsen Palace doing that to Visma last year.
Yeah.
And we're like, why aren't these girls attacking her? And then when we watched it, we're like, I think she's just stronger than them. That's what it looked like. She was just stronger than all three of those girls.
Yeah,
that was our
and
interpretation.
She'd finished second on the stage the day before, fourth on the opening sprint stage. She has a really good kick. And two of the three girls from Team UAE ADQ had already been out there for a lap, one-twoing Sarah Van Dam. So there was only one set of fresh legs in there. And unfortunately, Naomi was just as fresh and just a much better sprinter and much better tactically.
They were, quote, trying to attack her, but it was like there was slow motion.
Really?
Slow motion, it was. It really was.
Yeah.
It's always
It was
hard
kind of
when
sad.
It's always hard though when you watch it on TV because sometimes you're like, oh, that's slow motion, but you know how majority of the people in the world still would not even be able to put in that.
Oh,
lap.
no, yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like a weird thing to see and then be like, oh, but I actually know how hard they're going is just insane.
But they know what they need to
need to
do,
yeah.
and they can't do it, and you could just see that, like, the stress. They're just so stressed.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. That'd be an
And at that
awkward
point,
team.
there's no reception on the corkscrew, so the director sportifs don't have any images coming into their car to be able to relay messages to the riders. And then sometimes the convoy is actually so far back at that point, even if they are giving directions into the race radio, there's no saying that the riders were able to hear it.
Yeah.
So I think what they would have said on the climb is attack her now.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have waited to the top. They thought they were doing the right thing by having strength in numbers with three riders. But if you have two fatigued riders, it's just dead weight in that group anyway.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Do you think like before the climb, the team knows, okay, we have 3 girls off the front, we're definitely going to win this thing, and then they don't hear anything, and then they're like, wait, how the heck did this happen?
Yeah, I mean, it's bike
Well, I
racing.
suppose Vladarchik she was just off the front. She was off the front on her own, and then the rest of the peloton came together. So it was just the one solo rider.
Okay.
But they should have known that once she was caught, her job was done for the day. They shouldn't have relied on her to be able to 1-2-3 someone like Naomi Rueg.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, I don't think there's much they could have done. And the day before was the same, actually. Eve Education Oatley were amazing throughout the day. They didn't put a foot wrong, and they still lost the stage because Ali Wollaston was just better. So sometimes it doesn't matter how strong a team is and how well they work together, and the cards that they play, they could complete it absolutely perfectly. But if someone's a better bike rider, then there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Does it feel like in the women, because I feel like I don't watch like every single women's World Tour race by any means, but I try to watch like a decent amount of them. We try to watch the ones that we watch, like the men's races, and it always feels like the women's races are much more unpredictable than the men's races, which I actually think makes it more exciting, because it's kind of like you don't have just like, I mean, you do have a Pogačar kind of, but like it's just not as predictable. Is that how it feels, for you as well?
Yeah, I think the women's peloton is growing so quickly. Like I actually love the Santos Tour Down Under because as a commentator, it's the most exciting race of the year because you don't have a form guide. You don't know who's come into 2026 flying. There's a lot of riders transferring teams, so you don't know how they're going to gel in that way. And then there's a lot of new young riders who get opportunities to perform that they don't get throughout the season. So we see a lot of new names coming up. Even Naomi Ruig, when she won last year, she's had some strong performances, but she certainly wasn't a favourite for us on paper. So I think that is where the women's peloton's at. We have so many riders coming in who shoot to fame very, very quickly. Our stages are sometimes more dynamic to allow for that kind of racing. And then our stages are a little bit shorter, our tours are shorter. Yeah, it's you have more of an opportunity to be able to step onto the women's scene than you do on the men's.
Yeah.
Yeah, that must be really exciting for the riders, like the first ride of the, like technically of the year, first race of the year, and it's like such a good chance to prove themselves. And again, it's not necessarily on cobbles in the rain and it's freezing, and it's actually decent weather.
Oh yeah, we had I think there was like 12 or 13 starters who are 19 or younger in
Wow,
the Santos Tour Down Under. Like it's crazy how young the peloton is that they bring
that's so
here.
cool. That's really really cool.
How
Yeah.
how excited are they?
Oh yeah, I'd be so
Yeah,
jealous.
coming to Australia in January. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be
And you got new kit, you got new equipment,
That's what I'm
everything's
saying. Like, it would
fresh.
just be such like a crazy hype moment of like, and I don't know. I think there'd be something about it that doesn't. You don't feel as much pressure though, because it's also the beginning of the year, so people are still trying to figure. Like to your point, teams are still gelling. It's like people are trying to figure it out. So it's almost.
Yeah.
It might be better that there's not as much pressure in the unknown in that way.
Yeah, especially for the young riders. So I think they'd be putting pressure on themselves, but I would say from a team perspective, it's just a learning experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've seen so many men come out to Australia who, when they came out, we didn't know they were going to be famous. And then they've gone on to amazing things, and we hold on to that. Oh, Peter Sagan came here and,
Yeah.
won however many stages. And this was Tadej Pogacar's first ever World Tour race, and Isaac Del Toro's first ever Tour Down Under. And yeah, so we kind of hold on to them. We're like, they became champions off the back of our race, but really, this is just the race their team sent them to prove themselves.
So you've got for you, it was an off day for the women, you said, and then it's a prologue for the men. Starts tonight. Are you doing the same
Yeah.
commentary gig for the men's race, or what are you doing?
I get to mix it up a little bit. So we had 3 days of women's racing, and I did the start and finish commentary for that. Tonight is the opening stage of the men, so it's a prologue. I'll do the finish line commentary for that. Then the next 2 days, I'll go out to the KOM at Mangles Hill and Corkscrew for the men. I have Friday off because I'm pretending to be a bike racer at RADL GRVL,
Yeah.
the sister event of Steamboat.
Yep.
And then on Saturday, Sunday, I'll be at the start and finish lines, which is really cool because they're our, Queen or King stages with Wollonga Hill and the Stirling Circuit, which is just an epic day out.
How do you prepare for like? Because again, to your point, there's a lot of new faces, a lot of new names. How are you prepping every day for all of this commentary and interviews and whatnot?
Yeah, I mean, I still keep up to date with the women's peloton. I obviously love cycling, so I love watching the World Tour races as the year goes on. There are a lot of new young riders, so I tend to do a lot of podcast listening this week, actually. There was a podcast last week that Sarah Gigante was on talking about riders in her team. Grace Brown's been sort of doing insights into the riders that are, the smokies, we call them, the underdogs. They're the riders you like to know a little bit about because they have the best stories and they're the ones who come out here trying to prove something. Yeah, and then you just get to know the riders throughout the week. All of the riders, men, women, and staff stay at the one hotel. So we see them in the lift, we see them in the dining hall. It's really nice to sort of be up close and personal, and you get some of the behind the scenes stuff, some of the gossip, if riders are sick or ill or injured, and yeah, who they're dating, obviously, because I love that sort of stuff.
Very,
We know, we know.
very important. Very important.
Who is, and I know this is probably like, choosing your favorite kid. Is there anyone that's just stood out to you where you're like, I love this chick. Like, I didn't know her before, but, whether it's like personality, ability, all of the above, is there someone that's just kind of like a shining star that we should be looking out for?
Yeah, they're normally, I say sometimes there's riders who come out here and they don't win the stage, but they win the hearts of the fans.
Mm-hmm.
On that opening stage, Alyssa Vigilia, she was amazing and she was so emotional after the finish. She broke down in tears because she wasn't able to pull it off. She got caught with 200 meters to go after being solo for 100 kilometers. And then the fanfare really builds behind that rider, especially when they're emotional about it. So, she got the biggest cheer on the podium that day. The next day on the start line, she's got a fan club. They've got signs out. Anyone who sort of really takes to the racing scene here and gives us like a gritty, hearty sort of ride, we get behind them. Yeah. And obviously, there's also the token Australians that we love, like Amanda Spratt. She's won the Tour Down Under 3 times. She's in her very last year of racing. She's retiring this year, and she's sort of been a bit of a beaming icon of this race. So there'll be a lot of fans sad to see her go. But every year you see new faces, old faces, and it's kind of just a really nice way to get together in January.
Very
That's really
cool.
cool. That would be my
Yeah.
favorite part, is just getting to know the different personalities and like,
Yeah.
yeah, like the ins and outs of everything when they're not racing. That would be.
Yeah. It's really like the Athens.
Yeah,
It's like the Athens of Australia, but it's 3 weeks long.
that's so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Let's talk about PETA. So you're doing Rattle Gravel. You haven't been riding that much, so just doing it for fun.
Yeah.
But then what's the rest of 26 look like?
Yeah, I was going to do a bit of a heavy mountain bike block before I come to America, but we'll just see how that pans out after this sickness. I'll come over for Speed Week, just waiting for some of those dates to be announced. Then I'll chase a bit of a crit calendar, a couple of gravel races. I'd like to put some new things on the calendar this year. I wouldn't mind popping across to like Oregon Gravel Grind,
Hmm.
uh,
Yeah,
events like that. Maybe I'll go and hand a bottle out at Unbound.
yeah. Not race it.
And then, yeah, and then some more crits. I'll come back to Australia for the national titles. And yeah, I'm going to try and spend my full 6 month visa, as long as Trump doesn't kick me out, in the States. Yeah, while the sun's shining.
Maybe you should go even further across the pond. We're going to Via Crit in, was it July? June?
June, London.
In June in London. Michael and
Oh,
Cole are both going to be going straight from nationals to Via Crit in like the heart of London. It's supposed to be a really fun race.
drop me a link.
Yeah.
I might
Yeah.
be up
Yeah,
for
we'll
that.
send you.
Actually, Nikki and I were like sending, like we were trying to find a marathon to run this year,
Yeah.
actually. She's
Yeah.
been sending me suggestions for a marathon because I've done like 6 runs now. So obviously I'm feeling confident.
Maybe we do
Maybe not a marathon.
maybe we do a trail race instead, like a UTMB trail race. 'Cause I
I would
think
love a trail
there's
race.
actually, I think they do have one in Australia. Let me look into the different schedule because I think I told you, I'm
Yeah.
doing the one in Mexico for my birthday,
Yeah.
which will be, it's just
Our
like,
birthday.
yeah, our birthday, exactly. It's
Yeah. Yeah.
just a little bit easier on the knees and the body to do the trail race. Although
Yeah.
I did eat shit like multiple days in a row, so my palms are
Oh, damn.
completely fucked. And I'm gonna
You
just,
can't start running with gloves though. That's aesthetically
I
displeasing.
We've talked
know.
about it.
Yeah.
That's what we talked about on the podcast last week. I was like, it's just not a thing. Like, you don't see a lot of runners. Like, you see the
No.
long, like the 100-miler people with like, what is it? It's like a wrist strap that covers their palm from like the pole, basically giving them
Oh,
blisters. But outside of that, I'm
yeah.
like, I don't want to be a Fred. I don't want to be a running
No.
Fred.
untuck that t-shirt, long socks, no gloves.
I think someone needs to start that as a trend.
I think I'm just gonna get yeah, I don't know. And then I went to like a workout class tonight, and this girl who I've known for literally probably like 15, 16 years now, she goes, oh, like, why didn't you come to class last week? I was like, well, I like sliced my palm open, and it's Pilates, so you have to like hold yourself up on your palms like majority of the class. And she was like, oh, like, what would have happened, though, if you just, like, slightly missed your palm and it slit your wrist open and you died? And I was like, what?
Damn, that's dark.
So dark.
Is this before or after class?
This was after class. I was like,
don't catch up for coffee with her.
I just didn't even know how to respond. I was like, oh, yeah, I guess that would have sucked. Then the whole way home, I was thinking, like, do I need to know how to, like, better first aid on this, like, trip to Mexico?
Oh, wow.
Anyway,
I think it's fine.
That was a complete derailment of the conversation. But yes, some sort of trail or road race is in our future.
Yeah, I'm up for it.
So we'll see you in April then. And it is crazy how they haven't announced the dates. It's really starting to annoy me.
Yeah, like I want to book my flights, but I'm just waiting for the calendar to come out. Yeah, I mean, obviously Athens has been announced, but there's nothing else around it at the moment. So.
What about kit design? You got your kits all designed up, or what are we doing?
I have got my kit designed. Yep. Yeah.
You give us a little preview.
You want a sneak peek? Yeah, we'll do a sneak peek. Let me bring it up on my phone. Yeah.
So you're with Corey.
I'm
Corey
really
again?
lucky. I'm actually sponsored by a signwriting company called Tango, and he does my kit design. And he sent me. I'll show you. Actually, he sent me this for Inspo last year. Can you see this one?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We're looking at a 1990s. That's probably a 91 Ford Mustang that's all kitted out in like 90s graphics.
Like a street racer.
Street racer.
Yeah, it's like a real neon sort of print.
Yeah.
And I have partnered with Aid Station, who have a really bright green Pantone color. So that kind of was matching in with that. And then the kit ended up like this.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, that's very bright. That's very cool.
Easy to spot in the Peloton. I like that.
Yeah, that's very cool. And you're sticking with with Corey again.
Clara again, yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Cool. Stay in the Corey family.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. So I'm excited about the new color, but I mean, traditionally I've chased Michael's colorways, so I don't know, just gone off brand.
You're breaking away.
Yeah, no.
No white bib option?
No, gone the black bib. Actually, we had the Australian National Road Championships just last week, and Mackenzie Copeland, the 20-year-old who won the women's race, she only exclusively got given race suits with white nicks.
I saw it. It looked good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then yesterday she rolled out in Nixon jersey.
Oh.
No race suit. So I don't know if she's such a fan.
Oh. Man.
Maybe she, I don't know.
I think if you're fit, we can pull off white kits.
Wear the white kit. Yeah. It rhymes.
If you're tanned and blonde, to be fair, she's going to look good in anything.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
And it just makes you more tan. So it's good.
I agree. Yeah. I mean, I haven't fake tanned for like a month now because I'm in natural sunlight. It's crazy.
Every Sunday I'm like, okay, let's get the fake tan going because I'm so pasty right now because it's just like not sunny. It's just cold and rainy.
Winter.
And then I'm like, you know what? I don't even care that much.
I was thinking on the walk to the studio this morning about how annoyed I am that you spend your life chasing summers. You're just always in summer.
You can join me.
Yeah, we don't have
join me for summer.
Literally do this too.
Yeah, I guess. We can't stay in Australia that long.
We can't stay in Australia, but I don't know.
6 months.
Is it 6?
6 months.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's 3 months. It's 90 days on. We call it an ETA, which is a travel authorization.
Yeah.
And I actually had 2 friends come out from America, and they flew to LA. And they went to get on their flight, and you get your passport checked at the gate, and they said, oh, you don't have a travel authorization. And they were like, what? They're like, yeah, you need a travel authorization to come to Australia, to even get on the plane.
Wow.
So they missed their flight. They got their travel authorization overnight and flew the next day. But it's not a visa as such, but you guys make us get an ESTA, so we make you get an ETA in return. But it's pretty easy. It just pretty much says if you're not a criminal and you're not a terrorist, you can come here for 90 days.
Okay. Well, then how do you stay? How could you stay for 6 months then?
If you get a visa. Yeah.
Okay.
Same way I have a visa to visit 6 months of sunshine in America.
Yeah. It's like a travel visa, I guess.
Yeah, tourist visa.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You're just paying for that, basically.
Yeah.
Like you just pay.
It's like $100 and you can visit for up to 5 years.
Oh,
wow.
very
For some
cool.
reason, I thought it'd be more expensive than that.
Yeah.
All right. You're giving us
And
some
honestly,
look
your
into.
dollar spends really well here at the moment.
Yeah.
Really?
I can buy all the
Yeah.
Australian pies that I want.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Tim Tams, Vegemite.
Give me some shapes.
This weekend,
Snags.
this weekend when I go to, so I told you like I go to this like trail, anyways, like north of the city, and there's an Australian bakery that we talked about before. I still haven't been, but this Saturday after my trail run, I'm gonna go to the Australian bakery and.
What should she get?
Yeah. What do I'm overwhelmed.
Meat pie is the go-to.
Okay. Meat
Yeah,
pie.
I mean, if Dylan wasn't vegan, I would have had him on the meat pies already as well.
Okay, good. Meat
Yeah.
pies, keep the iron levels high. Keep
Yeah.
the vibes high. All right,
Exactly.
I'll take pictures and send them. That way
Vanilla
you can-
slice, Lamington, if they have Lamingtons, or
Lamingtons.
Anzac biscuits. Yeah.
Okay.
There's a long list of things. I mean, I have 2 other American friends here at the moment, so I've just been making them fat with all the Australian treats.
Okay.
Yeah, they appreciate it.
You eat meat pie in the morning? Is it a morning thing?
Not in the morning, but I mean, if I did a long ride and I finished by like 11 o'clock, I'd down a meat pie. Yeah.
So that's like one I'll do.
Okay, yeah.
That's when I'll finish.
It's like a lunch.
Yeah, I've got like
A lunch
Yeah.
pie.
18 miles on the trails this weekend, so I'll need the
meat.
meat.
I'll probably have the meat pie at the end of that run,
Yeah.
just because running's not so nice on the stomach.
Maybe I was the same. Maybe I won't eat the meat pies before, but
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this has been fun to
Yeah.
catch up.
really fun.
Yeah, it's great to see you guys.
Hopefully
You'll have to dial in next week after the men's tour, and Dylan can give you an update on RADL GRVL.
Oh,
that's a good point.
idea.
We should have
Yeah.
quick dial-in.
Last year, one of my friends, Sophie, who raced in America this year, she did Unbound. We got to the top of the climb together. I distanced her a little bit on the descent, and then I found out after the race, about 2 minutes after that, she got taken out by a kangaroo.
Oh,
Wow.
she's okay.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, fucked her face up, a couple of scars, lost her 2 front teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, broke her collarbone. Kangaroo did her good.
It's
Yeah.
like our deer, your kangaroo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's terrible.
yeah.
Except I feel like the kangaroo are probably a lot bigger than the average deer in Georgia, at least.
I think they
Unless
come in
it's
all
like-
sizes there.
They vary in sizes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dylan nearly got taken out by a wallaby the other day,
Oh, wow.
which was like a little tanned kangaroo.
Yeah.
I just want to go
Yeah.
for the animals. But then I'm probably going to die like for getting eaten by some animal or like punched by a kangaroo, and I don't know.
I
We
think-
were in Lawn the other week, and there were shark sightings every day. They had a great white circling the pier, so they had the shark helicopter out. Yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
not a big ocean
My tourist
person.
friends were keen to see it.
I'm not a
Yeah.
big like go in the ocean type person, so I'm okay with that. I'll watch from the shore.
Yeah, I'm not down with sharks.
Dylan went in the ocean to show me how to surf.
Yeah.
Turns out he can't surf. And I said, that's just called boogie boarding.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing right now.
A guy from Brevard. Yeah, I'm not sure that's surfing.
Yeah. He also told me that he knows how to drive a manual, but he couldn't even get out of the parking lot.
Wow.
Or car park.
Wow.
That was one of the most embarrassing things I've ever had to go through. Was we went to Mallorca, like this was maybe like 6 months after we got married, and Chad was like, "Oh, I'm going to teach you how to drive manual, and because it'll be easy in Mallorca, like
Because it's not my car.
because not yeah, and it's,
Yeah.
the roads
Clutch
are-
is safe.
I like destroyed this poor BMW, like just like
Oh, wow.
like it was so
We
bad.
we gave up.
We gave up
Yeah.
because the roundabouts. That's what I don't like. I'm not a roundabout person. So then
No, you're a
trying
four-way
to-
stop sign.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
it just made
Yeah.
it even more complicated. So I don't know. It's like learning a different language in my mind.
Well,
Yeah.
I can't wait to talk to him about that. I guess it's just delusional confidence. He thinks he can do everything and realize
Yeah.
he can't.
I mean, he's an American, so
I was gonna say,
that
that's
tracks.
like Michael Garrison special.
yeah.
Like,
Let's go surf.
Who knows? Maybe by next week he'll be good at surfing and driving a manual, but I doubt it.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for doing
great.
this,
Yeah, we
and
appreciate
have a good tour down under and RADL GRVL, and I'm sure we'll be in touch.
yeah, we'll talk to you soon.
I'll keep posting just to make you jealous.
Oh, you know yours. Jealous January. Thanks to Peta
I love
Mullins. All right.
Thanks, guys.
Okay. See ya.
Stay safe.
Bye bye.